Hey guys, Tivik here and welcome to episode 5 of Kerbal Space Program. And in the last episode, we placed a satellite in orbit. And it was intended that it should be geostationary, whatever. Let me just load it up here. There we are. See? It's beautiful here. However, if it was fully stationary, the planet wouldn't move. Which is a bit sad. But, oh well. It's almost stationary, although I should have turned it so that this one faced towards the planet. Right now it's actually pointing towards, well, space. Yeah, so it's been up in the space for about 4 days. I think now we're going to go back to the space center. I'm not gonna end flight. We're gonna go to the space center. And I would like to build myself a rocket and attempt to go to the moon. And these guys are not gonna cut it. We're needing one of these command pods. And we need to make it big. It's gonna be a very large rocket, I believe. We need a good parachute. Yeah, a good parachute, and we will need to build a decoupler, of course, and then we are going to need an advanced SAS, not that one, this one. This advanced SAS, actually, what's the weight difference? No, it's not that much. Together with 2 of these tanks. And with 1 of these. Here's the question, will I be able to do this with just 1 tank? This one has to be rock solid and very, very stable. So I'm going to remove one of these and see, like that. And this one will have a poodle. It's energy efficient and does not require so much fuel and can get me off a planet, I think. What was this? Do not feed after midnight. Alright. Yeah. Now we also need to have some of these. And now, let's see. That's where that one is. Actually, let's see. Where is the center of mass on this one? There. So I've put that one about there and that one about there. It should be enough. Actually, that's not centered, is it? Oh, I didn't get that. Oh. There. Oh. Only 4. Okay. Now, from this, if we look at this area, we can turn that off now. We will need a few things. We'll need some kind of ladder. These ladders reach far, but not that far. Question is, can they transition over to another ladder here? I'm thinking. I am thinking. What if I were to build this similar to the one in... Let's see. I will build another kind of thing here. We'll get the utility for the clampotron on top here. This won't be attached. Actually, this needs to be... Just that one, please. There we go. This needs to be on a decoupler. Okay. Does that mean that that door is blocked? Sure hope not. Okay. Yeah, what I'm thinking here is if this is the launcher, part of the launcher vehicle, I will build so that this is the one that takes us into orbit, and then we're gonna have to do some reunion stuff. That's gonna be interesting. And we build a smaller pod using one of these lander cans. Right? Where's the hatch? There is the hatch. Now this can will be doing most of the work, and that needs to have just a small fuel tank, an RCS tank, a poodle. Can that actually... This one puts out 50. This actually puts out a decent amount of power. This lander can will also need to have one of these. Now that's not gonna work. If I were to build this... No, that's not gonna work. That will cause some issues. But if I build this with a small stack decoupler, put that one there, that's not gonna last when I launch this, is it? No. Okay. Rethinking this. This is a lander. It should have some kind of docking capabilities. We get rid of these and that, and then we take a look at what we can do. If the docking capsule is attached as one of these decoupler style ones and has a docking port to the side. Can't actually put it on that one, but maybe on one of these. I can't actually get them on the sides of these. Huh. I don't want to put it on top of there because I know they don't have that, you know, stability. But I wouldn't need all these ladders either. because this isn't going to be stable at all. We build the can upside down. With... what was I thinking with this again? One of these? Of course, an ASS. Building it upside down. Fuel tank. Because this is basically the way the original moon landing was, but they had this part attached down here somehow. Because these decoupler, they will not hold this together, it will just break apart. Can we use... an adapter? That adapter will go with that, but I could strut this, probably. We'll try. Let's place a decoupler, not the junior, upside down there, and then another one, and then the lander can with a... actually, let's put the ASAS on there, and we won't need so much RCS fuel, but a little bit of it. Actually, I'm going to go with a big one, so... and one of these small tanks. Or should we make just a small one? We'll pick a smaller tank. What do we have? That's the 361. And then the poodle on that. Now some structural. We're gonna need struts. But first, let's get some landing struts. I need 4, and we're going to place them on these here. Right? Because the ladder will go down here. Is that going just below? It's going to be interesting to see. I'm actually going to do a test here. If we just get this one stabilized enough. Something like that, and move it down. And we go to the launch vehicle and we will clear that. The reason why I'm doing this is so that I can extend the gears. And we can also extend... where's the ladder? Of course it's dark. Let's time warp it until it's daytime. And it's nighttime, nighttime, nighttime. And good morning. Okay, so looking at it, the ladder is just about not enough down. So we're gonna end this flight and go to the vehicle assembly building. And we can move this down by just a little bit. Like so. That should be enough. We won't extend that until we are on the ground. And we actually want it to be just like that. Okay, now I can remove these again. We'll build some more of these. That should be enough. Okay, we have a lander. There's only one... well, actually a few more things left. RCS. Ladder is going on the outside, and we need another set of RCS up there. Actually have to put them... It's gonna make it very difficult, but I trust that the ASAS can handle it. Yeah. So now we need to make sure that this one is steady. Let's get myself a new constellation. The last one was Aquila, which is the eagle, and this one is going to be, well, the Gemini is tempting, but let's make it Pisces? Yeah, Pisces. This is gonna be Pisces 1. Just saving so that I have that ready. And yeah, I think this episode will be mostly about the construction of this, so I hope I'm not too boring for you guys. I wonder how this one will work out with these all over this place. Put them there instead. Or replace that with one of these large ASAS modules. Although that doesn't look like it will connect at all. Nah, let's use that one. Looks better. And we'll put them back here. Actually, did I just place 4 of these? I wonder how unbalanced this will be when I start using that as the RCS. We'll also make sure that this is completely switched off. I'm sure this one has enough fuel to go back home now. In fact, I think one of these tanks should be enough. Actually, no, we need to make sure that we get there. Okay, that's the main part of this. There are a few things that I haven't done. I have not put on radial mount parachutes, and we're gonna need a few of them. Let's make 3. Just next to this window will do. And we're gonna mess with the staging later. Now, here is the interesting part. If I slap one of these on now, how heavy is this Gonna find a good place so that I can easily get to it. There. Oh, it's heavy. Let's see. It's currently 38. It's heavy, very heavy. Now, this is where it gets interesting because I will need to add a lot of fuel to this to get it launched. Let's get one of these decouplers there. Plop. And here we go with the fuel. Question is, will that hold together? I'm gonna have to make one heck of an asparagus build for this. I'm gonna start with one. The most important thing is that we need a stage to push this. Actually, once we get into space, if we could just decouple, turn, couple this, so that we can push this one with this part in front of us all the way. That could work. Definitely could work. Definitely. That's gonna be a bit of an orbital maneuver though. One that I'm not sure that I can handle. Yeah. Are we getting close to the roof? No, not yet. Okay, now for asparagus. I will build one of these guys. And we are going to attach this one to the... there. That's correct, right? Yes. And we attach one to the top with a mainsail. We add some struts. Oh. I need to add them one by one. Then we go up. Should probably put a set of struts down here as well. Good thing we don't need to do staging with these struts. Okay. Now this is the main stage. If I were to copy that one. Yep. Yeah, actually, one at a time. I need to set the fuel stuff here. Right, now, if I take this one and double it, now this first stage will take this one up. Question is, will the next one be enough? Can I do 3 stages, I wonder? fit one more. Yes. We have a very, very good amount of delta V for this. But the question is, will these struts get hooked into each other and blow? That's gonna be interesting to see. And it's also gonna take forever to get up, but we will. Let's do a little bit of work on these guys. I think these struts will touch each other and then break apart. I'll just manually go over all the struts and make sure that they are correctly placed. Oh. What? What just happened? Okay. This can be very tricky catching these little items. Okay, so these are not connected anymore. Next set would be these. And I'm gonna let this episode run a little bit longer than usual. Just because, well, where did that one end up? I have a strut on the loose. Gonna undo. Undo again. There is. Undo is something I try to avoid doing too much because it has done some weird things to my builds. Okay, we don't have any strange artifacts on the outside, no. And just these to go. Put it back. There we go. This is looking a lot better, right? Good. Now a few more struts, and I'm gonna put these struts on there. Actually, that looks very strange. No. Let's do that. I would like to test run this one in this episode, and we will do that. That's about as long as I'm gonna let it run though. But I should strut this up. Let's make this 8 of them. And hope that helps. Pisces 1, ready to go. Let's give this launch a test. Oh, I didn't check the stages. Forgot about that. And that's a good thing to remember, because without staging, you're in for a very, very rough launch. Oh, I'm gonna... Okay. Well, you get explosions in this episode. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. You got explosions in this episode. Right, I see that we are at 30 minutes, but I am going to let it run a little bit longer because I want to get the staging done. I want all the engines, including the main one, to fire first. Then we're gonna need 2 stages. And this one goes first, this one goes second, this one goes last. And then we should be in space. Thing is, we need to make sure before we do anything that we have a stable orbit. Question is, will this burn be enough to turn and go all the way? We will have to see. Staging is alright. Let's save, and yeah, we don't get a lot of delta V in the beginning, but we do have more thrust to weight ratio, so we will be able to get out. Stage, let's see, this one is there, and that one will be able to fire. No, that's not the right one. After that one, that engine is to be fired, but that means this one needs to uncouple first. That is what? Yeah, that's the absolute last one together with that one. These two will unplug and actually let's put that last one on its own. Now, here's the thing. Once I have decoupled that one, that's when the interesting part starts. So that's stage 6. We're not gonna get into space. Look at this, we need 4,000 on stage 8 before we get rid of... Actually, wait, no, we are. Stage 3 is that thruster, but it hasn't got a lot. But stage 4 is that thruster, we should be fine. And yeah, staging complete. Let's see if we can get this one, this big junk pile up into space. Okay, here we go. We have... Okay. Should probably put on some other things. Let's just end the flight for them. The RCS and the Rockomax. What's up here? Too heavy? I'm having a very explosive attempt at this. Let's make one more stage there and put all of these stabilizers there. Save and launch, clear and proceed. Will we get Pisces into the sky? Okay, let's give it an attempt. I am fairly sure that it will be very difficult to control, but let's fire it off. Yeah, so this whole thing about clearing the oh dear lord. This is gonna be interesting. Guys, we're actually lifting off. Although not exactly straight. What happens if I turn on the SAS? Oh dear lord. I'm just getting rid of some things here. Oh. Okay. Structural failure between the RCS and the Rocco Max fuel tank. Yeah. Wish I could name the parts. I'm gonna give this one more shot, but this time I am going to add some more struts. Can we go all the way up to there? Ooh, this looks very unstable. Let's clear the debris. Episode's already a bit too long here, but I've only been building, so I'm sorry about that, guys. Let's try. It's Guscott, Gusfrod, and Lambert. Okay. Launching. And we are... Clear the tower. Yep. Feels a bit more stable. SAS on. It's tilting a bit. I'm gonna see, do I have a chance? Something broke. This is going very, very, very slowly. Solid fuel boosters, maybe? Not sure. We are out of the first set here. Getting rid of them. I'm not flying on RCS because I honestly don't dare to. It will just shake this whole thing apart. This is actually feeling alright. They look a bit worried. I would too. We have kind of fixed the tilt, and we're getting up into the upper parts of the atmosphere, which is making this a little bit wobbly and tricky to control. Not yet ready for the gravity turn. And we have only about a little bit more fuel to go. And we are now out of fuel in the outer tanks. We're getting rid of them. Oh, they're falling too close. I don't like that. Okay, so we're almost at 10,000 now, which is more than I expected, to be very much honest with you guys. Oh, we need to tilt up a little bit so we don't go on a westerly direction here. And now we need to start doing a little bit of a gravity turn. Not too much. I want it to be controlled. Controlled, please. With panic in my voice. Okay, careful now. How's the orbit looking? 15 kilometers and steadily going up. I would like to turn this one slightly, but considering that it's changing the direction we're going by quite a lot. Okay, let's see. We are actually not bad. If I could just keep it from wanting to go further down below the horizon. interesting part will come when we start turning once we get into space. But these guys should run out fairly soon. Yeah, that and that one. Careful with the heat. Careful with the rotation. I'm slowly going to rotate myself over like this. And stop the rotation there. And the last set of... Oh, stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it. Last set of tanks will go now. Bye. Now comes the interesting part. This will be very wobbly, I think. This one will be the one that will take me into orbit and balance it in orbit. Oh, 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 yeah, it's very quick on the... on the rotational plane here. We'll need to be careful with that. So we are starting to get a fairly decent apoapsis here. I'm gonna aim for 120 on this. And I should have, according to this, I have 2-minute burn total at this particular, particular speed. Or just, well, burn at my thrust. Just taking it easy here. 65 kilometers. Only bad thing is that I might leave some of this junk in space. But it can't be helped. I will need to do that. I can always shoot it down later, or, well, slash edit the file. How's the fuel level for this? We're doing good. Half the fuel left and we're at 87. $95. 120 is my goal because that'll be a good place to start. Okay, so let's ease it up here and just go slowly. Save fuel. We have time. $120. I'm gonna put myself in orbit, and that's gonna be it for this episode. But I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I'm gonna spend some time putting myself in orbit, and hopefully that will go fine. In the next episode, we're gonna start doing some maneuvering here and try to figure out if we can turn this thing around and connect to that, which will be very interesting to see. 117, 18, 19, 20. Right, so yeah, I'll spend some time putting myself in orbit here, so I will see you guys in the next episode. Take care. Bye-bye.